What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales-related video. We have a few things to talk about here, nothing too crazy, but the 26th anniversary stream for the Tales series happened this morning. Yesterday morning, I guess it depends when I get this up. Basically the 15th of December is the yearly anniversary for the series. That's when Tales of Fantasia came out in 1995. So we are now 26 years into this series. So a lot of the whole thing, they were talking to the Luminaria voice actors. They were talking about the Tales of Arise stage show that was going on. So there wasn't a ton of news. So immediately right off the bat, if you're expecting did they announce a port? Did they announce a remaster? No, none of that's going to be happening, at least I would assume, until the next Tales of Festival, which, if they go back to their usual time, should be around June-ish. We literally just got 2 new Tales games within the last, 3 months, so they're obviously, I'm sure they don't have anything planned to show us, even if they're working on something. But in terms of all their other games, there is some stuff to kind of talk about. Tales of Arise recently did just have an update. The DLC thing that would appear at the campfires is no longer shows up because people found that annoying. And then they've added current gen to next gen save transfer. So now if you get the new PlayStation or the new Xbox and you played Arise on the old ones, you can now transfer your data over, which is a pretty nice thing. Yeah, they talked a lot about Arise stuff and mostly, like I said, stage show, some merchandise and stuff like that. But they are coming out with a drama CD for those who are interested in drama CDs. If you don't know what a drama CD is, it's basically where you hear the characters talk, but there's not it's not like an anime or anything. It's literally just you listen to it. I mean, it's a CD, so you listen to it. It's little stories that they like to do in these little drama CDs. For example, there's one about, for Vesperia, there's one about Raven's backstory, back when, before he got a Blastia put in his chest, back in his youth. There's stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. But nothing really new for Arise. They didn't announce any new DLC or anything like that, just small update stuff. It looks like they're going to be adding a photo mode, as well as there's going to be, I'm not sure if this is exclusive to Arise, but they're going to be adding some kind of gallery mode to something where you can look at, images from all the different Tales games. I wasn't sure, based on the stream, if that was exclusive to Arise or where that's going to be available, but it looked like it was in-game. So that's enough about Arise. Tales of the Rays, all they really announced was that the next PV for which will have Kisara and Dohalim, will be in January, so most likely you will not be seeing them this month, which is actually probably good for some players. But they did announce, and I wasn't aware of this until recently. I knew they announced a collab, but I wasn't aware it's an Asteria collab, apparently. They haven't stated when it's going to be coming. Obviously this is a second collab with Asteria that Raze has had. I'm really not sure what they're going to put in here. Maybe they'll put the new Lord of Calamity Saray or something like that as a form change. But what we do know is that we have a slot this month for 2 more events. The Spirit Gear ends on the 21st, and then we, of course, get a end of the month event that starts at the end of the month and then bleeds into the next month. So that would be on the 31st. So they did announce that it's going to be a 2-part collab whenever it comes, so it would fit pretty well if it started when the Spirit Gear ends and then just goes into January, and then following the collab would be the Kisara and Dohalim thing, which actually would be very, very fitting. So if you are worried about an Asteria collab, or whatever they're going to add, I would recommend saving your diamonds for that. Besides that, there wasn't really much else to say. We are coming up on the 5th anniversary of Tales of the Rays here in about 2 months. So you also will need to be aware that stuff will probably come for that. But nothing huge for Tales of the Rays. They wanted to keep things pretty cryptic about what we're going to be getting. So we'll have to wait and see. Tales of Crestoria. You know what? We're gonna save that for last because that's probably the biggest thing from this stream. Nothing really. Asteria. I'll go over this quickly. They are finally giving us Tales of Link characters in Asteria. Up until this point, Tales of Link doesn't have a single unit in Tales of Asteria, so it's pretty cool that all 4 of them are going to be getting units. You've got Alan right there. You've got Sarah. You've got Kana. And then you've got Zephyr here. All 4 of them are getting 5 stars that could become 6 stars, so most likely it's just going to be a banner with all 4 of them on it. I did also... Yeah, okay, so Alan right here is also getting a... since he's the protagonist, he is getting a free unit as well, so that's pretty cool. So probably around like Christmas time, probably within the next week, this banner will probably drop. Lastly, we do have news on what they're doing with Tales of Crestoria's story. So let's just talk about this right here. I'm not going to read. It looks like they like machine translated everything that's written here. So I'm not even going to bother, but long story short, what's happening here? They, fans were speculating ever since the shutdown notice came, what are they going to do? A lot of people were hoping for either an anime or a game, even if the game was like later in the future. But as of right now, what we are getting is a manga adaptation. And it's not going to say it here, but they are getting rid of the crossover aspect. It was said on stream, it was said in Japanese. It wasn't written anywhere, so I do see a lot of people being like, oh, they never said it anywhere, so it's probably not true. No, it got said on stream. But yeah, so let's look at this. They're calling it a comic. It's manga. They whatever. Manga adaptation coming. Draw the stories of 6 original characters from the... See, they just machine translated this entire thing. Publication period and details will be available soon, so please look forward to it. At least that seems normal. But yeah, so long story short, you can see here, they are going to be doing a manga adaptation. I will obviously read it because I want to see how the story ends, but it's not going to be the same story that we were reading. Because if they're removing the entire crossover aspect, there are a ton of main story points that only are there because of certain crossover characters, like Crest being Kanata's mentor, Milla being Cascay's, friend from the spirit realm. Well, not from the spirit realm, they were humans that were whatever. You get it. But yeah, so it's going to be a completely different story. It's not going to be the stuff we have read up until this point. And I'd say the most disappointing thing is we're never going to know what they had planned for that Transgressor Yuri lookalike. They're just going to leave that unanswered. I wouldn't even care if they just told us, like, oh, we were originally going to do blah, 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 blah. And I would at least know. I was like, okay, that's the direction they were going with it. But no, they're just going to leave that to our own imaginations to assume what they were going to do with that, which I have no idea. But yeah, so we're getting a manga. It is apparently, from what I'm being told, going to be coming out. Obviously it's going to come out in English if they're posting about it here. Well, why would they post on the English Crestoria Twitter if we weren't going to get it over here as well? So, I'll pick it up. I'll read it. If there's some way I can read it online, maybe we'll do live streams or just like videos, reading through it. But excuse me. This is not what I wanted for, and I'm sure a lot of people agree. Like, I wanted to see the end of the story they were telling. I didn't want them to redo everything that we have already seen, because for all we know, the reasons they become transgressors and everything, they could. I'm sure, the default reasons are going to stay the same. Like, I'm sure Kanata is still going to stab his father. I'm sure Mizella is still going to burn down the orphanage. I'm sure Aegis is still going to be framed for, everything with the night stuff. But of course, Aegis wasn't partners with Leon in this version. Like I said, Kanata isn't going to have Mentor Crest. So it's one of two things are either going to happen. They're just going to replace the Tales characters with other characters that they make, like original characters. So Kanata could still have a mentor, but it won't be Cress. You know, Leon could still, or Aegis could still have a partner in like the night stuff, but it's not going to be Leon, etc., etc. I wish they would have just kept the crossover aspect and then did the manga up to the point that we've gone to. So start from the beginning, tell everything that we already had in game, and then continue from there and finish the story you were telling, but we're just never going to know. But that's pretty much all there is to say. I guess when more information comes out about, I guess we can read this. Nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Tsubaki Ayasugi, a manga artist. I'm honored to have the opportunity to draw Kanata in his adventures with the others. Of course, I hold no animosity towards the people working on the manga. They're just, they're doing their job. It's more just Bandai itself where I'm just like, they're taking the easy way to kind of like still tell the story. I think most fans, if they just did a game, which, obviously a game is still a big undertaking and it would still be years before we even got the game. But I think fans would prefer, if they do that one day, then okay, great. But, for right now, it does leave a weird taste in my mouth that we're just going to get a manga for it. But the format may be quite different from where we're going from game to a manga, but I will make sure that each character's charms still shine through. I'll do my best. Like I'm sure it's still going to be very charming to read, the characters, but, there are people, Tales fans that, game and anime or just animation is, what they like about the series. So not everyone wants to, read books. I'm totally fine with manga. I read manga, on my own, but I definitely would have preferred, something with voice. Because I also feel bad for the voice actors of these Tales characters, because now they're not going to be voicing these characters, obviously, because it's going to be a manga. But you know what? It is what it is. We'll see what they do in the future. Maybe someday in the future, maybe if there's a lot of interest with this manga, maybe they will make like a spin-off game, like a Tales of the World type thing. But for right now, this is what we got. So I think I've ranted long enough about this. I obviously I'm upset about it. But we'll see what they do. We'll see what the story goes, and I hopefully will enjoy reading it, as will hopefully most other people will. But that's gonna be it, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below about everything. In terms of the Tales series, there's not much to really talk about too crazy right now. We will have, obviously, the Tales of the Rays 5th anniversary coming in the next couple months. We'll have the Tales of Asteria 8th anniversary here in the, next half a year. And we'll see what they do with Luminaria. I need to do some catching up on Luminaria myself. I'm definitely, I think I'm still on Anna Maria's chapter, so I have a lot to catch up on, but see what happens with that. I still want to decide how I want to do content on the channel with that, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do like reviews of each chapter as I play through them. But rambled on long enough. Excuse me. That's gonna be it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.